Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. Today we're going to be finishing off case number 5 and the story, The Spirit of Justice. We'll still have one more case to go, and a couple little extra things of bonus content that I plan to do. But those probably won't be until closer to the end of the month, start of next month, just due to scheduling stuff over the next couple of weeks. So we're going to finish this up today so we don't have to worry about any cliffhangers or anything at the very least. So last time we pretty much finished the current trial, but we still have a couple loose ends to clean up, mostly of which actually getting the Queen to confess. We did accuse her, or started to accuse her, last stream, but of course, being the Queen, she has many tricks up her sleeve to try and not get arrested for murder of her husband. That would be pretty bad. Plus, we still have to explore whatever the hell happened 23 years ago, or technically what didn't happen 23 years ago, since by this point it's pretty obvious that it was a fake murder. Someone was being framed back then. Clearly someone was jealous of a certain relationship that was going on at the time. We're lucky the ambulance made it in time. Oh yeah, that's right, and the old Queen got shot. Right in the middle of the court, too. Just before she was ready to, like, explain it all, she got shot by one of the guards. Guard seemed really happy about it. I don't think he's gonna get in trouble for that shooting. We've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. Do you think Garan put that guard up to it? I would be more surprised if she didn't. But even if she didn't, like, that guy is probably gonna get a Medal of Honor for shooting her. That's what I'm thinking. If she did, she's gonna regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch.
Poor Queen Amara.
Your benevolence? Any news on her condition?
She is undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They are giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though.
Garan, justice will be served. Where did she get shot exactly? Oh no, there was like blood, wasn't there? Like she actually got shot in the gut?
Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Queen Amara.
What was that about being reunited?
Oh, it's nothing.
Right. I mean, Amara was, Nayuda, so kind of in that regard makes sense, but I'm thinking there's more to it.
Who are you, Hornhead? Look, Sadamadi was your father in all but blood, after all.
Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on.
Hornhead, you are sturdier than your statue lets on. Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo?
Dirk, that was a real shocker, alright. Can't believe the dragon is dead. That's... Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dirk disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it was because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was a part of Garan or Amara's plan. Man, a dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't give up yet. Still a very good chance that Garan is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. Dream lives on. Yes, it does. You know what that means, AJ? Fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. All in a day's work. Who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. This is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him.
Your noble rebel Dirk Sadamadi. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived.
Really?
Well, why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man.
Did she bump her head or something earlier? Maybe it was because of that collapse during trial earlier. The trial's about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once.
Already? After what just happened?
And the first thing Garan will do is respond to that last accusation. So you better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garan, here comes justice. There's no way she's beating these allegations. I'd like to see what kind of evidence she pulls out of her ass for this.
Now then, let us resume today's proceedings.
Huh? Where's Nayuta?
I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing.
Bullshit. What? He wasn't acting under your orders?
How dare you cast such suspicions upon Her Eminence? It is quite all right, Your Majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans.
Yeah, right. I don't believe that for a second.
Now then, Your Majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility, you say? Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me.
You confess to yourself? How does one do that? What? So if you're quiet, Pokemon DLC dropped tonight? Wait, for like, ZA? I didn't know that was out already. Is it like story DLC or something? I don't remember too much of what they announced. I remember watching the announcement, but I like completely forgot it because while I had interest in the game, it was not, it wasn't something I was like interested in playing anytime soon. I was playing new mod. Oh, okay.
Bailiff, call the witness to the stand.
The real killer confessed? What she got up her sleeve this time? I have a really bad feeling about this. Is it gonna be Maya? Who else could have, like, even remotely have done it at this point? Who the hell's this? Oh. You're confessing? What? What did you blackmail him with for this? Okay, well, in case we need any further analogs to 1-4, here we go. He's the one who confessed?
Prosecutor Sadvadi, you're the real killer? I questioned him during the recess as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me.
Nayuta, you didn't really do it, did you? He's gonna stay quiet so he doesn't, like, commit perjury?
Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga.
Oh, never mind. Nayuta! He confessed that's coming for the Queen here, therefore he's helping true criminal, therefore DC Act. I mean, I'm thinking he got blackmailed. There was a reason that he agreed to this. There was no way that she could have just been, like, forced him into doing this because Queen.
Ace! Prosecutor Sadmadi, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain. But I killed him by my own hand.
And how the hell did you accomplish that? There's no presence of you in the tomb. You do not have the ability to channel spirits. I want to see this story.
At last the real killer has been revealed.
How are we supposed to respond to this? Nayuta, retract your confession. Now!
Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination.
Who cares about that? Admit it. It was Queen Grom who put you up to this. She forced you to give in a confession, didn't she?
You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But...
Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder?
that is... what do you think you're doing, you idiot?
Truly, the truth can set us free.
Looks like Gron got him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming. Yuta, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Gron's bidding?
Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Satomadi, your testimony, please. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Kurain. I consider it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far for my sake.
You do understand what you're doing, right, Yuta? You're sending yourself to death if you're found guilty.
If that is the Count's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else.
The law, Yuta? Or the Queen? I mean, the Queen has stated many times by now that she is the law, so...
Enough! This either has nothing to do with the witness's testimony. Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination, defense.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna blow his problematic testimony to smithereens.
It's like barely a testimony. All he's saying is that he did it, and not how, or when.
You kept quiet all this time, even though you were the real killer?
Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven. But I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the Queen herself. Prosecutor Satomadi had placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He is taking responsibility for his crime and is showing his loyalty to Queen and country. Without a monarch on the throne, Kurain would be plunged into chaos. I could never wish that upon my homeland. That is why I've had to let the truth be known.
What a bunch of baloney. I'm gonna ask you again, Yuta. Did you really kill Minister Inga?
Yes. No matter how many times you ask, Mr. Justice, the truth is immutable.
It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered.
There is no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple.
Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Yuta? Hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this.
I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that or we'll have to force a retraction out of him by appealing to what's in his heart.
It's not going to be easy either way.
Prosecutor Satomadi, what was the motive for your crime? I had reason enough to kill Minister Inga.
What do you mean by that?
Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul.
So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the Queen?
Long have we remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world.
But if spirituality is so important, why'd you have Queen Amara perform the rite?
I'm afraid my eldest sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when the desire struck, as sporadic as that was. It was therefore something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it.
A meaningless whim? It's hard to press a statement like that.
Now if I may return to my testimony.
Divine judgment?
Yes, I rendered judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother.
Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you?
No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of circumstances. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrifice my soul to protect this kingdom's future.
Snap out of it already, Nuyuda. So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does that sound completely credible when it's coming from him? Well, Amara expressed a similar motive.
As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title.
So you killed Minister Inga, and Queen Amara staged the crime? Is that how it went?
Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all of the guilt upon herself.
Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in this testimony. But how? Nita, could it be you?
Didn't know Naina's right. No? Told Amara what to do? But wouldn't that mean he orchestrated the crime? And therefore is guilty after all?
You didn't realize that Nina was actually Queen Amara, your own mother?
That is not as strange as you might think. Much time has passed since we last met, after all.
Right. 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt?
No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother.
Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that?
I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time.
Niuda, please add that last statement to your testimony. Hold it! 15 years ago, huh? That's around the time I left for the US. What happened after Dirk helped Queen Amara escape?
Agents of the Crown pursued us relentlessly, so we had to live a life on the run. Mr. Justice, know that Dirk sent you away so that you would not be caught up in that life we had led.
I see. Thanks. Can't believe it's been 15 years. Apollo, there's something about Nayuta's testimony. Yeah, that discrepancy's a bit hard to miss. What could it mean?
So Nayuta got to meet his own mother,
back when Dirk rescued her. That's what he was saying. It's news to me, though. I had already been sent away by that point. Okay, now that I've dragged more testimony out of him, what can I do with it?
Do we show that picture? Where is it? Reunited with my mother, Queen Amara, 15 years ago when Dirk abducted her. Dirk and Amara's life on the run about 23 years ago.
Objection!
Kinda weird for him to make such an obvious mistake like that.
You're saying Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said they ran off together 23 years ago.
That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago.
Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago.
He said that?
He did. But if we take what you just said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense.
Who's the kid?
This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old?
Nayuta, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in the photo was you, but that doesn't make any sense if the photo's only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there, over something.
Apollo, if this baby is a Nayuta...
Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run?
What? And just what if that child were being held hostage? Nita, is that why you obey Queen Garan's every command?
You presume too much.
Ah, and that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well. To protect this other child. Child born 15 years ago. They would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now. This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. All those strange statements she kept making. Now they all make sense.
Prosecutor Sadmadi, may I ask you something?
Of course, Your Benevolence.
I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara and about me?
From where did you hear such a thing?
From Mother, and only yesterday.
Rafa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people.
So I told her what the truth really was. For it was up to a mother to discipline her child.
I see.
I cannot accept this. Is something the matter, Your Benevolence? Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would never have killed my father.
Yeah, I mean, technically she didn't.
Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Queen Amara.
Now I see, Nayuda, why you do what you're told. The other child born in Dirk and Queen Amara was...
Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you're about to say, but I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners.
I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor, the reason why you fear for your sibling's reputation. Because of this, right? Because it would mean that she is now part of the defense and therefore can be sentenced to death, right? I don't know what else it would be. I think it's the Defense Culpability Act. Because if she gets named, then now she is gonna be on the bench for murder. No? Okay, I'm surprised that's not the case because I feel like... I guess she's not technically... Bad news for Rafa became known that she was fathered by Dirk. Yeah. It's gotta be something that shows why. What else would be, like, the problem here? No, this all happened before she was even born, so that can't be it. We already presented this. I don't think that's gonna be it. It's probably a detail I'm forgetting here from last stream. Oh, no ties to the throne, you're right. That could be it. Reason why you're fear for your sibling's reputation. Right, because she needs to be the princess so that she could take over the throne. That's how you save the kingdom. That's how you win the revolution, because you need her to be there. Okay, then it's got to be this. Okay. I thought simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. But I thought... Okay, I was under the assumption this whole time that the current queen knew... I mean, okay, how would she not know it's her daughter? Does it... What would this affect? Like, okay, let's say it comes out in the open that she's not this queen's daughter. One, she's still the daughter of a queen, the previous queen. Two, it wouldn't be much news to this queen because she already knew that wasn't the case. She would have had to have known. How would she not have known? They need their heir to be the one to succeed the throne so they can, like, keep being in power. Yeah, but... that means this queen isn't the rightful queen. Well, no, that's true. But I thought that was already, like, nicely explained away by whatever, you know, up until it was all revealed, of course. It was explained away by the idea that Amara was either A, in hiding, or B, dead. So, I mean, as far as the general public is concerned, she is the rightful queen. But now that it's revealed that wasn't, I mean, yeah. No, this isn't it. That's the right, I think that's the right answer. How do we present that, though? Because it's not the orb. What else do we have here that shows... Would it be the... okay, if that's the case, we're talking about that. Would it be this? The assassination file? But I thought we already went over the fact that, like, she wasn't actually assassinated. I mean, she literally showed up. Everyone was shocked to see that she was alive. What would this really prove? No, I think that this gotta be something similar to this, right? What else do we have in here? Is it the picture again? No, it can't be the picture again, can it? Rafe would not be the actual heir to the throne if they are not related. Yeah, but she would still be the heir to the throne, because this is the queen, like... If we dethrone this queen, that puts this queen, the Amara, back in power, and therefore Rafe is now the rightful heir again. But I mean, I guess, yeah. How would you? Yeah, up until this point, we wouldn't have had. No one had the ability to do that, so that makes sense. Rafe would still be the rightful heir to the throne, but it would be a lot harder. But we need to still take down. Okay. The current queen would have no right to the throne. I mean, I think the idea that the current queen has no right to the throne is pretty much already known, like, right? Because, like, we revealed live in court that Amara is alive, and therefore there's no reason for this queen to be the queen. Like, the only reason this person was the queen is because supposedly Amara was dead. And while eternally everyone knew that she wasn't, the public didn't know otherwise. Maybe it is the photo then. I mean, what else would it be? We already used it. That's old. That's old. It's not that. I don't see how that could be it. That's just general stuff about the murder. Same with that. That's fine. I think the first page is, like, completely out. Is it a badge? Rafa would be the daughter of a defense attorney, which would be a massive hit to her reputation. That's a good point. That's right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That would be a hit to reputation. Let's try that. Nope. That was a good idea, though. I was kind of thinking that, but I wasn't sure if... You convinced me to click it sooner than I would have, because you made a good argument for it. I'm actually kind of surprised that wasn't it. That would have been really good. Maybe it is the photo again. And then we just go, like, maybe it's the photo and we go on and explain how, like, you know, she was on the run because she was part of the... She was married to a defense attorney who's now being, like, I don't know, pursued for his job. Let's see. There's not too many items we could really use here. The only other thing I could kind of see tangentially being, and it would be kind of stupid, but I could also definitely see it being it, is this file, which doesn't really make sense at this point because this isn't new information. Like, we know about Amara being alive, so therefore... But what would that do with, like, Rafa directly, though, right? Especially since this is a file related to something that happened well before she was born. So it's not this, it's not this, it's not this. That doesn't seem... I don't see how that could be. I feel like it could be this or this. Reason why you fear for your sibling's reputation. Oh, here we go. As the son of terrorist Dirk, Nayuta was expelled from the royal family. The idea that the sins of the father visit upon his children is deeply rooted in the minds. That's it. Right, the last page here talks about the whole reputation thing. Cultural, how culturally it would affect the people. And that is... a file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. A particular note right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either. If she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garan, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you. So, okay, let me try and understand what's going on here then. So, culturally, you know, if your parents do something bad, then the children are also considered bad. Fine, whatever. But so to protect her sister, I guess Nayuta became the head prosecutor, or a prosecutor, to get into the court system. I mean, originally as part of the rebellion, but then he kind of just, to protect his sister, he ended up becoming the Queen's lapdog. But then the Queen at first didn't know about this, found out about this, and then, like, adopted her, kidnapped her, abducted her, and then is, like, putting her back in the royal family so she could become queen, which might still go against, like, wouldn't that still take down this queen? Like, wouldn't that be bad for her? Because does she not realize that this kid might undo all the stuff that she's trying to do? Maybe she thought she could, like, you know, groom her into being someone that she liked, I guess was the plan.
Yuta, have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me?
You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend the throne, need not fret over one such as I.
Or was it just not known that Dirk was her dad? Maybe. Like, the old queen mothered a new child, so that technically makes her royalty. Didn't know that Dirk was the dad, so no one was wiser. So she was just here, sitting here as princess, because no one knew that Dirk was the dad. Nayuta didn't know until after... Right, yeah, okay. So if Nayuta didn't know, then I guess it's likely that the current queen didn't know either. So as far as anyone was concerned, this was just the princess, full stop. There was nothing to worry about here. But then it was found out that she was the daughter of Dirk, and so the queen used that as leverage against Nayuta and everyone else.
No, I cannot accept that. What you say, it's... Malarkey, don't you even care about what happens to you?
Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resigned myself to fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change.
Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Kurain until the day Rafa succeeds me. But that is what is best for our kingdom.
I know, Your Eminence.
Yours is no small sacrifice. But I promise you this, in exchange for your life. The child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper.
So he was originally, you know, doing what Dirk wanted, you know, fighting against the government and all that. She finds out who Rafa truly is, and then starts using that against him, and then now he basically had to start working for her instead, because he wanted to protect her.
That is all I can ask for with my meager existence.
Yuta, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future? No. Yuta I knew would never let himself be turned into this.
She stole Rafa, blackmailed Yuta with that info, and raised her as her own. Yeah. That's basically what I'm thinking. Because, like, at first, remember, Rafa didn't know any of this, and then she started learning, and now the Queen's now getting desperate because it's going to ruin all of her long-term plans of, like, raising Rafa in her own image.
Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
So basically, behind closed doors just now, this queen was like, hey, if you need to confess to this murder, I don't care how, you need to confess to this murder or I'm killing your daughter, or killing your sister.
You can say you're simply accepting your fate, Yuta, but I know that deep down, there's still hope in your heart.
Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me.
It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. It's what binds you, me, and Dirk together, as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet.
Yes.
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all his possessions as potential evidence. All except this.
Did he take your attorney's badge too?
No. I thought it strange, but just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind.
So tell me, Yuta, why didn't you take his badge? Couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. Because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk. Why you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right?
This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream. Not until my very last breath.
The dragon never yields, right?
Exactly. Now, Yuta, Apollo, I vow to restore Korean's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny.
You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will because you still believe that all the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you?
Why couldn't the queen just have a kid of her own? That's a good question. Wait, was that explained? I feel like somewhere it said something about one of the two being infertile or something, maybe. I don't know. Did they explain that? I feel like they did. But I mean, why have a kid of your own when you have a perfectly fine kid just sitting there that's like, you know, technically royalty? Why do something yourself when someone else did all the hard work for you?
You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me.
Save you?
Yes, save me. Like he did on that day.
Nayuda, Apollo, hold on, I'm coming. Unfortunately, it's too late for him to save him. He was already dead. What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Nayuda, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand?
Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed in. I believed in Dirk, our father.
Nayuda, I knew you.
However, it was but a dream, and now that dream has died. Murdered along with Dirk. So now as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way.
But...
Such insolence!
Is this the Yowie Duck has been so excited about? something incest, but I guess they're not blood relatives, so I guess it's fine.
You have wasted more than enough of my time, Roya. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering, the immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will.
Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Oh, wait a second. What do I do?
Does the defense wish to raise an objection?
There's gotta be some way to save Nayuda. Apollo. It all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. So he could once for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara. Right. Nayuda and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. But I thought there wasn't any evidence left, because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Can an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? That's right. Doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. Must have secretly planted something on to topple Quran with somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of this situation within there. Got it.
If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict.
No, wait. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. Defense has some new information we'd like to share.
You do? Well, we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial.
Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here?
Very well, then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago?
Wait, what if it's the badge? Okay, is there anything in here? Arson incident involving Amara's private residence. Amara was slipped a sleeping pill and perished in the fire. The lighter found at the scene had Dirk's fingerprints on it. Paul's roving musician father got caught up in the incident and lost his life, struck in the head by a culprit. Victim's passport and any pictures of him were burned up in the fire. Without knowing his real name, no divination seance could be performed. Wait. That gives me an idea.
A photograph?
Yes. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago?
How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes.
Well, about that. The truth is, he was my biological father.
Oh?
What? Why, of course, with his photo and her benevolence.
Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent.
and that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Kurin, we can witness the final memories of the dead.
Man, I was kind of hoping for a spirit channeling. Maybe we'll still get one, but if we have to pick between one or the other, I kind of almost want a spirit channeling. Although maybe that would be like extra harsh for Apollo, because now he gets to like talk to both of his dead dads.
There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze. That's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us.
He did?
Yep, and boy is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court, and save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim.
What a waste of time. The events of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So, we wouldn't be doing our jobs when we failed to look into this new lead, would we?
As the presiding judge, I will not share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open, and I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance.
Why, Your Benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right?
Of course, leave it to me.
Thank you. My father's full name is...
And then Apollo gets shot.
Jove Justice.
Alright.
What, no middle names to worry about? No, like, 15 middle names we have to remember? Watch it fail because he doesn't know his middle name.
Now, Your Benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you're ready.
And could you actually imagine? It fails because he didn't know his father's
Holy
middle
Mother,
name.
we hold this divination seance in your name.
Oh, right, yeah. The spirit channeling needs full legal names. The divination seance? Nah, you don't need all that stuff.
Let the eyes of everyone here
I forgot,
be
that was like
clear,
spirit
and
channeling
our
only.
ears be unstopped. Oh, dance of devotion.
Kinda wish we got to do a spirit channeling.
To me.
Like, that would be a perfect conclusion to, like, Apollo's story arc here. I feel like then he could finally move on.
Their final memories in the pool of souls.
This poor guy doesn't get to see any of his parents. They're all dead. Well, they're all dead except his mom, who doesn't want to see him for whatever fucking reason. Deadbeat mom refuses to see her child. I mean, we've only seen this cutscene like what? 6 times? I think. Are we gonna get are we gonna get to see the 7th time next time? It's not. It doesn't. When you think about it, it's not that many. I don't know if the DLC is here in Kurin or back home. I would have to imagine it's probably back home. Maybe it's both. But we had it in. Okay, we had Case 1 had it. Case 2 did not have it. Case 3 had it. Case 4 did not have it. We had it. I guess this is now the 3rd time we've seen it here, hey? Because we saw the failed seance, and then and now we have 2 actual seances. So I guess 7 times we've seen it. Alright, looks like it hasn't failed. Maybe. Nah, we're good. Alright, there's Apollo. Damn, just dropping the baby like that? That probably affected him in some way. Baby just got a concussion. Fucked up his entire life.
The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success.
Those were my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo.
I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead?
Yes, please proceed.
Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the seance vision.
He's a defense, of course he has brain damage. Damn. That was Amara that was sitting at the table, right? Because, like, Apollo's mom... Where was Apollo's mom at the time? Shouldn't she have been there somewhere? I can't remember where she was at the time. She was the one that saved Apollo. Oh, no, Amara, I think, saved Apollo, right? From the fire? What was the explanation back in 4? Because they, like, touched on the idea of this back then, but they didn't really go into it.
Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze.
Paul's mom was just out. Oh, right, yeah. She just happened to step out, so Dad was left with the baby, and then the house got set on fire. Right. Right, because that's right, they were asked to perform for the Queen. Right. That's why they were there in the first place. They were hired by her.
Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments.
Father's final memories. Right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? Alright, someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Okay, well, we got burning and heat, so fire checks out. Hornet's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by assassin. If we could use evidence, I feel like we could... this isn't entirely correct, because he had a reason to be here. There's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene. I don't think we can disprove that with the seance. That's how he was determined to be an assassin. But the evidence also says that his fingerprints were on it, so... Hornet's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. Did he, though? Because he was just knocked out. Like, can we present the testimony against itself? Man was knocked out and probably died while unconscious. I feel like this one's it, but what do we click on for that? Pain. Now, is that like bloody pain, or is that just getting knocked out pain? Because maybe this one's it, and then the true contradiction is that he wasn't knocked out, he was killed before the fire even touched him. Saving 3 sight? Well, how are we... What? There's no way we're gonna be seeing that. We cannot say with that kind of certainty. That is bullshit if that's true. Okay, alright. Never mind. Okay, good. Glad that that's probably not gonna be it. Is that how you determine? Because like that doesn't even contradict the evidence though. Like our evidence states too that like his fingerprints were on the lighter. So I don't think there's any doubting that. This corroborates what we've already know. I'm almost wondering if he wasn't knocked out and he died. But I mean, if it's death, it's a very slow death. Just saying if there's like any like major discrepancies with the sensations. At crying, that makes sense. Burning heat. Yeah, there's pain. It's probably just getting knocked. Wait, what's that hand there? Hang on. Was that Dirk? Back that up. I want to see that hand. Is that hand important yet? The hand's gonna be important. That mirror's there for a reason. Wait. Oh, fuck. Select.
Objection!
That's why it's important. There's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, that's a fully gloved hand. I couldn't tell at first because it was kind of blurry, but that was definitely a fully gloved hand. The hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved.
I believe you are right. What could this mean?
Calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Dirk's. If only we could make out the details a little better.
Very well, I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw.
we're going to zoom in and enhance the memories.
Perhaps that will help refine the seance vision.
Crazy how far technology in divination seances has come. We can zoom and enhance.
It does seem that there was a glove on that hand.
Plot twist, that's not a glove. That man was just sticking his hand in a dirty toilet moments ago, and that's why it's brown.
Still, what significance could that have?
Means that Dirk's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire.
All you have is pure speculation, while the fact remains that they are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the one who used the lighter.
Objection!
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information on my father's final memories. Or a tattoo. I'm just picturing the conversation at the tattoo parlor. You know, you go in there, and you're just like, yeah, can you tattoo my hand like a solid brown? Just every part of it, the fingers, the palm, back, everything. I want like a tattoo. I just want to color it brown. Yo, that would hurt, wouldn't it? Like your hand would be red for weeks if you did a tattoo like that. It'd be swollen as shit. It'd probably take a while. It'd probably take like a dozen sessions because of how much that would hurt, I bet.
Either way, it seems that I must revise my insights.
Only problem with that though, this can't be a tattoo, because if his tattoo hand was brown, we would know about it. Also, his right hand was the one with the dragon tattoo, so it wouldn't be much room to put that if his hand was tattooed brown. So it'd be a glove. Okay, she's updated her insights. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found. Alright, we got that enhancement, we got some new insights. Okay. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting the residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the crime scene, but if someone had put his fingerprints on the lighter after the fact, then we know not to whom it belongs. Okay, so this is new information. I want to check out that new bit. can see it a lot more clearly now. Someone purse prints on the layer of the fact that we know not whom it belongs. Don't we know this cuff?
Objection!
Wait. Then this means that the real culprit is... Figuring this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around their wrist gives their true identity away.
That design, it can't be.
This will prove just whose hand was captured in the seance vision. Do we prove that it's not Dirk because he doesn't wear cuffs like that? I thought we were gonna get a profile selection. Oh, well, I guess we can. That works. Right, we do have a picture of him. Good.
That photo. So you do believe the culprit to be...
Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them.
You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct?
Yes. Here they're a traditional part of a Kudanese Justice Minister's attire. In before he wasn't Justice Minister at the time. Actually, wait, wasn't he? That might actually be true.
What does this tell us?
It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Kudanese late Minister of Justice, Inga Karkul Kudain. Why, you're not gonna say his full name?
Not my father. So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one.
Nayuda?
What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Karkul Kudain was not the Minister of Justice.
What?
The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... you, Queen Garan.
Ooh, even worse. Didn't have time to erase that from the history books, did you? Oh, right. She served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. And I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as well. Oh, then the figure in this vision is actually... Seems like a huge conflict of interest.
Your Eminence, it's you, isn't it? This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? Because she would ascend to the throne.
She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. That's why she tried to assassinate her. Well, now it's pretty clear that her reign is very illegitimate.
I find this very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart?
And it was you who killed my father. Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Insolence!
Peasants, always carrying on about things of no import.
I don't know, this sounds very important.
You do not deny it then. You conceal the truth and use me for your own designs. Oh, Nayuta, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who decide Wright's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not?
Not if you get thrown in jail. Get stripped of your title. You don't get to decide shit at that point.
Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now, kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head.
You know, if she really... I guess it would have been more suspicious if she just randomly killed him. Or, like, sentenced him to death for no reason.
Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while.
Nayuta.
Nayuta, you dare defy me? Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga.
Retract, you say?
Dirk, foul piece of evidence you left behind, has released Nayuta from his suffering. Now he's finally free. Oh, please, is he gonna use his anal beads on her? Just like, to shut her up entirely? Oh, I want to see him throw it at her. Not this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I believed it was all fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed.
A dragon never yields.
He had the tattoo this whole time.
I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Gran. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution!
Insolent fool! Now even you prattle on about revolution?
Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us. Yeah. Now if we could just prove Garan's guilt, we could continue on down that road, toward the revolution Dirk dreamed of.
Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense?
Not so fast, Your Majesty. For the cups could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything.
Why, I believe you're right.
But we know she's guilty.
Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute?
Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Satmati has retracted his confession, we'll have to re-deliberate the current case from scratch.
Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is.
Queen Garan, the defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul Kudain.
But do you have any evidence, defense?
Evidence that'll prove Garan was the killer?
There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice.
There is?
Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise?
Hey, you're right. A lot of blood would have been splattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes would have to be dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, then... I thought we determined they were possibly inside the sarcophagus last time? Did we... Oh no, that's right, the body was in there. What if the body was naked and she just redressed him? Like, what if she killed him, put on his clothes, did the channeling, did the next killing, and then, you know, stop the channeling, put his clothes back on the body? It's a perfect place to hide him. They've already been bloody.
I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of most anywhere. I doubt you could find them now.
But we would have to prove that that outfit is what she wore.
Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence.
Yes?
On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time you saw Queen Karan, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard, but I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder.
Oh, well, that's a fucking red flag right there. Every time someone says I didn't mention X because I was told it wasn't relevant, means it's very relevant. Name a single time in this series where that has been true.
Rafa, you would not dare. When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? No, she did not.
So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard.
The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor?
Well, so says she.
Yes, I admit no clothing was found.
But the one place you guys didn't look.
So you admit that you were merely speculating? Chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed.
This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. Her nails reappeared instantly. I like to think she probably just has like a few packets of extra nails in her pocket or something, or like under the desk, and she just puts them on while the defense is talking. If Gran wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. Where they'd never be found, huh? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here.
A tomb? You believe the clothing was hidden there?
Yes, it's the only place it can be.
Very well, where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden?
Of course, it makes perfect sense. The clothes weren't simply hidden, they were returned to where they belonged.
And by that you mean...
The killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there.
Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus, so the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes.
Right, before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes, and then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body.
So what? This is all speculation. We know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case.
Could there be like traces of blood on there that isn't Dirk's? That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this. Okay, it's gotta be the blood splatter. I'm just trying to remember why. Hang on here. Okay, Inga's report, stabbed from behind, cause of death is blood loss. Yeah, okay. More than 3 days have passed since his death. He was shot 3 times in the chest. So then why is there blood on his sleeve, right? Because there's 1, 2, 3. Why is there blood here? The bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There's also some blood splatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood splatter came from... I mean, that's gotta be his blood, right? When he was killed. If the killer wore these clothes during the murder, then the blood splatter must have come from Mr. Inga. I had thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure, though. Let's get those stains analyzed right away.
Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt. You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well have been hidden by a third party.
But could they really? I'd say the possibility of someone other than Karan hiding the clothes. Well, you would need a key, right? You need the key to get into the sarcophagus. Who else would have the key? Would Queen Iran have the key? Maybe. I don't think so. It can't exist. I think that key is going to be going to be under high scrutiny. Only so many people can even get into that thing. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following.
The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it.
Yeah, see, there you go. You said that last time.
Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it.
She incriminated herself ages ago and didn't even know it. She needs to learn when to shut up. That was your own testimony, word for word.
Why, you insolent!
Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you are the one who killed Justice Minister Inga.
Significant worm, you dare accuse me, the ruler of Kurein? Do not for one moment
Objection!
I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in this sacred hall, Your Eminence, because even monarchs aren't above the law. And then she rewrites the law. Right now. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garan. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice. Go on, where's her breakdown? That can't be it. She just breaks her nails like she's already done like half a dozen times. That's all we're getting? She's not done?
Me? Face justice? Surely you jest.
Well, you're kind of facing him right now. I mean, you're on one side of the court, he's on the other. It's kind of hard not to.
You're in no position to force my hand, lawyer.
Oh?
Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals would be deemed just as guilty. In sort, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother, who delivered false testimony in my defense, shall also be found guilty.
What? He retracted that! This is bullshit. She knew this was gonna happen. What? That can't be. Can it?
By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal, and the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play.
Okay, wait. What if we dethrone the queen right now? That would mean that Rafa would automatically ascend to the throne, or maybe Amara would too, I don't know. One of them would have to take over the throne immediately, and therefore they could just renounce the Defense Culpability Act on the spot as queen. But that law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under it.
When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted, and yet, as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. And as you said earlier, no one is above the law.
All the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point?
You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges. So let us leave all thoughts of the real killer in Revolution the past where it belongs.
She wants us to just let her off scot-free. And yet, I don't see any other choice. Can we rewrite the law because she's a culprit in the case that enacted it? I mean, I think if we just get her off the throne, someone else can rewrite the law. If she's allowed to like rewrite the law multiple times during a court case, a trial, why can't any other queen do that?
We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it! Accuse Queen Garan of the crime she has committed.
But
Such insolence!
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Wafer cannot ascend to the throne, for she is yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist.
Terrorist. Well, it looks like we know what we need to do then. We gotta get Mayan here and give her a crash course right now.
If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign Kurin, I proclaim the following.
Oh no.
All who imperil the crown, no matter the reason, shall be subjected to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders.
What? Immediate execution?
Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear. For the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Kurin, I command that you be put to death at once.
Surprised it took her this long to do something like that. Oh fuck! What the? Wow, this is easily the most intense villain we've had in this series so far. This is a huge step up over like Karma and Graham. Graham put up a bit of a fight too. Gato wasn't too bad, he was pretty normal. But like, she actually has power. It's been a while since we had someone like that. Isn't this going a bit too far? Why is the Grand Royal Guard?
They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now if you would continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, then under my regal authority you shall all be put to death.
Objection!
I think I'm starting to see how maybe the Holy Mother might tie into this. Oh, come on. This is insane, even for you. You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is a court of law. You can't just order our execution without due process. Now, look, Apollo. The truth and due process are certainly important. So is your life. So think before you speak again. But...
Please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm too.
What am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can't write the law as she sees fit? How can I ever bring her justice? Is this really how it all ends?
It is your life or your accusation, lawyer. You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity.
What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Gran? Nah, fuck it. We're going for it. I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that saying you're constantly reminding me and Athena of? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You never fail to surprise me, Apollo. And the Yuta. You know that creed we've known ever since we were kids? Dragon never yields.
Apollo.
They're not merely words. They're what's carried us this far. So now, it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us. I can agree more with you, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. And if there's any time to remember them, it's now.
It would seem, Apollo, that not one but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff.
I think I finally understand what those words really mean. And the resolve they embody.
Are you smiling, even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance?
Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear, or even the law, force me to abandon the pursuit of truth. Because there is another saying in my country, the truth will set you free.
Indeed, that is precisely what Dirk sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free from a certain despicable spider's immobilizing silk threads.
We won't be intimidated by unjust laws, or given to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not a part of my playbook.
There is only one path before us. Revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us.
Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Kurim, then your very existence is wrong.
Does your desperate pleading know no end?
I know it's a little bit late to ask, but what's the plan? Well, if Garan is going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, and the law itself derives its power from the authority of the Crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her. Right here, right now. Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. I doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine. What if we just, like, kill her? And then just try and convince Rafa to pardon us? Can't give up. Not now. We have to keep fighting to the end. Can't allow those broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right. If I accuse Gran, Nayuda will be subject to the Defense Culpability Act, which means he will be put to death in accordance with the law. So the only way out of this is to dethrone Gran right now. Could this be the key to dethroning Gran? Oh, well. That's what makes someone queen, right? Dirk was convinced that the orb is the key to the revolution and Kurim's future. In light of Garan's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that, but that's where it starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't have channeled the Founder even after abducting Miss Faye. After all, you know, the Founder... Well, okay, wait. We don't know the Founder's name either, do we? Doesn't know we didn't, up until recently, we didn't know their face. I don't think, did we know their name? I thought the name was also forbidden. Yeah, it was named. It's not that the Queen can only channel spirits, that's obviously fake. We don't know the name. Or he didn't know the name. We discovered a name, right? I mean, surely we must have, because that's clearly what we're going for here. The name of the Founder is only known to those who become Queen. That means only people who currently know her name are Garan and Amara. So even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the Founder. So that begs the question, why is Garan so fixated on the orb? Okay, let's not overthink this. Garan is obsessed with the orb because... Wait. She can't channel spirits, can she? Have we ever seen her channel a spirit? Could it be? It's hard to believe, but... If she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garan can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling. And that's why Amara is kept alive. Is that why she let Amara live? Stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? Does that mean Amara is like... Well, no. Amara can't be... It probably isn't complacent in this plan. I wouldn't be surprised if she hates her. Amara probably doesn't want this either. Well, she would have no claim to the throne. She can't channel spirits, she had no claim to the throne. Garan's Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority. But if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. You claim the authority of the Crown? You, of all people? That's a good one.
Have you truly lost it, lawyer? Indeed, I would have the defense explain himself at once.
It's easy, Your Majesty. Why is Queen Garan so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amara live?
Why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answers to these 3 questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core.
I still do not follow, Apollo.
Your Eminence, I have just one question for you. And please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you?
What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead?
The defense will explain himself at once. In Kurdeen, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But, Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you've passed would be rendered null and void.
Come on, it's an easy thing to prove. If you have claim, channel someone right now. We'll give you a name, we'll give you a face, whatever you want. You get to pick. Channel someone right now here in court as evidence that you have rights to the throne.
And you, the Grand Royal Guard. You seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. What if she had none? What if she was just an ordinary person? A pretender to the throne?
That's crazy talk. Impossible. Everyone knows the spirit mediums.
Such blasphemy. On what grounds do you make such a defamatory claim?
Queen Karan, if you think I'm just out to defame you, then prove it. Prove it using this piece of evidence you want so badly.
Maya would have more claim to the throne as lady. True.
All the conditions for summoning the founder should be in place. With the orb, we know that the founder looks what the founder looks like, and as queen, you should know the founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess of Kurim.
Oh, to witness Her Eminence's great power with our own eyes! The Holy Mother will appear before us. Oh, great miracle of miracles! Praise be, Your Eminence! May your mighty spiritual power show us the way! Ah, you're under a lot of pressure here. Don't want to let your fans down.
Enough. Enough, I say. You mindless cretins.
Your Eminence, can it be that you cannot...
No, I want a lawyer. Summon one at once.
Objection!
What lawyers?
Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Kurdeen. You can thank your Defense Culpability Act for that.
Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power. Summon Her Holiness so she may guide us.
I have heard enough from you. Out of my sight, all of you.
If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence.
You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer.
That reminds me. You said something to this effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now?
Indeed, of all the things she has said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo, teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget.
Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. Gran! Your reign of terror ends here!
Is this it? Do we defeat her?
Very well. Demonstrating my facility as a spirit medium is easy. Behold, the magnificent power to commune with the dead.
Oh, Your Eminence! Oh, she's gonna do it? Oh, I can't wait to see this.
O great spirit of the founder who dwells in the Twilight Realm, heed the secret covenant of the orb, and appear here before us.
Here it comes. Oh, she's trying so hard. She looks like she's about to take a shit. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Oh, spirit of the founder, grace us with your presence. The time is now, I beseech you. Appear before us. Heed my call. Founder, please.
I don't think you need to put on such a show to summon something. That's more like a divination seance. Wow, so quick to turn.
No, wait. I was just warming up. The rite actually starts from now. Look.
Unfortunate.
Prosecutor Satmati, how is Her Eminence? It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother.
Oh, wow. Okay. Bit of a mental break there.
I see, but her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not? Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later. And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed the Minister Inga in order to prevent his coup d'etat, but what of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago?
Become the queen herself? Maybe she just craved power and attention.
She likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fear and lies. Then again, do not all tyrants?
So then she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? What I don't understand is why Queen Amara even listened to Gran in the first place, especially 14 years ago, before Aoife was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Kurein think she was dead? While she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Gran.
My mother is a gentle soul by nature and loves her sister dearly. So when Gran told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquiesced so obediently to Gran's request to keep channeling for her. Until she fled with Dirk and was told the truth, that is.
So that's what happened. And since Raifa was being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder. Yeah, living secretly as Raifa's servant Nena. No doubt only deepened her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe. All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her.
Well, that was a case for the ages. Prosecutor Satmati has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Minister Inga, as has Mr. Dirk Satmati in the assassination attempt on Queen Amara. Now then, I think it is high time I handed down my verdict on Dirk and Neda Satmati.
Damn. I thought we were going to actually get to see someone channel the Holy Mother. But you know, a failed attempt at it is just as good, given the circumstances. And no one's there. It's just the default, like, case end animation. So of course it, like, decides to focus the camera on every party. But because there's no one in the prosecution, it's just an empty desk. Dirk, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence. Now you're just smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening.
With this, may I finally say this court is adjourned.
Way to go, Apollo. I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed the courtroom.
That was a shock, all right. Can't imagine anything like that happening back home. You say that, but, you never know.
I know, right? I was ready to go down there and teach them a lesson myself.
Really?
I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic after a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest.
Remind me never to say or do anything to deserve a Maya Athena double suplex.
You did a fine job out there today, Apollo.
Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright.
Nah, it was all you. That perseverance and never say die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself.
What? From me? That's a laugh.
Well, there were any number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will. And inner strength forged in countless trials. You overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen.
I don't know about all that.
I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. I've nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney.
Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright?
You did it, Apollo. You finally won his seal of approval. But what about me, Nick? My channeling's come a long way too. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already.
Yeah, and 2 major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next. Honestly, couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Nayuta, and of course Dirk.
Can't wait for GAA to soil it because women weren't meant to be seen as respected back then. I wouldn't really call that soiling. I would just call that being, you know, thematically appropriate.
Trucy?
Trucy, what are you doing here? It's magic.
Oh, yeah, I guess she had a chaperone.
I'm afraid she employed the old let's stow away in Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick.
What?
Though it certainly explained why my suitcase was so heavy. Tell me you at least noticed it was heavier than usual.
Trucy? Do you even have a passport?
Did she just come here illegally? Well, okay, aside from the stowing to the suitcase thing. My magic panties are an extra-dimensional space. It's like a mini universe in there. I could produce a passport at the drop of my hat.
Right. Maybe some things in this world are better left a mystery.
Bobhead. I am forever in your debt for what you have accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have this day. It's pathetic, I know.
That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Quran. And that decision was yours and yours alone.
That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity. And you made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, your benevolence. You should be proud of yourself. I see. So, I am worthy of my title after all. I shall work hard to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more.
She sure bounced back quick. So, your benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins? That you're the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara?
Yes, my mother. I mean, Her Eminence told me. She said it was a part of my disciplining.
If you can call it that.
Sounds more like blackmail.
Keep quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal.
My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say, my former mother.
Sounds like there's no love lost there.
But you cleared Dirk's name. My true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear.
So what's next for the Kingdom of Kurein? I mean, you lost your queen, so... Nayuta. But she can't channel spirits yet, right?
Indeed, which is why I will act as regent on her behalf. Until the day she comes into her own.
I guess he is technically prince, isn't he?
Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor. But... But...
She gonna say what I think she is?
What are you looking at, you horn-headed nincompoop?
Ow!
In any event, I will be assisted by Nayuta and Queen Amara for the time being.
Queen Amara?
Our country offers counsel to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day. But for now, I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity.
So then, she's gonna be alright?
Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage.
That's a relief.
You did it, AJ! Thanks to you both, Dirk and Nayu, to beat the charges against them. You got the revolution rolling to boot.
Revolution. Dirk, guess you were right to believe in me after all.
Yes, sir. There's gonna be some major changes around here. Legal system's gonna return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. And the name of Apollo Justice will go down Koreanese history.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Niuda, before I forget, there was something I wanted to give you before I head back home.
You wish to give me something?
Yes, as Dirk's birth son, I think you should have this. Is it the badge? I mean, it's gotta be the badge, right? Has to be the badge.
This is Dirk's.
I have to get back to the States. And I know you're a prosecutor and all. But as the man that's going to change Korean, it's only right that you have it.
To change Korean.
Yeah, in Dirk's place.
Apollo, I am afraid I must refuse your gift.
What? Why?
There is something I would like to show you.
Huh? What's this all of a sudden?
Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us?
Oh, sure. What is this? We're going back here? Surely we could have taken the front door this time, now that there's no issue with defense lawyers. So why'd you bring us here, Niuda?
Apollo, I want you to stay here in Korean.
What? But why?
We have lost our queen and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, that includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the court.
Wait, you're not asking me to...
Yes. I want you to take over this law office. With you as a lawyer and me as a prosecutor, we shall rebuild Korean's legal system from the ground up.
You want me to help you rebuild the legal system? That's a lot to take in.
Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable.
This is way out of my league.
The revolution is still in its infancy, but it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream?
Come on, AJ. You know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together.
I do not want a full game with him as Apollo's assistant, please.
You must be taken aback by my sudden request, but please give it some thought.
Of course. I'm honored you ask. Still, I have my job back at the Wright anything agency to consider too. Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do. Something only I can do. I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower without you around, but hey. Mr. Wright.
Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this.
Athena?
I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. That's right, it would be the same without you. And everyone back home will really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Still, if you really wanted to stay... Yeah, Athena's right. It won't be easy, but...
Athena? Trucy?
Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make.
Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make up your mind by then? I'll try.
Talk about a difficult decision. If anything, Apollo... Yeah, right? Like, if he stays here, it would be actually less incest, would it not? Remember, Apollo is not the biological son of Dirk. They are not related in any way. He is not royalty, like those two. Should I go back to US and continue working at the Wright Anything Agency? Or should I stay in Korean and help Nayuta rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do? Oh, is he gonna stay? Is this what's set? Like, okay, does that mean that like a game 7 would have to take place here? Are we gonna get like a back and forth and it's gonna be like this one where we jump between the two for some reason? Plus the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decides to stay here in Korean? I bet he was up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. But whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it. You know, it could mean we could get an Apollo Justice 2. A true sequel. Guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him. But it would mean Game 7 would be a lot worse off. I know that booming voice anywhere. He decided to come back, did he? Hey, I made it. Apollo, you're here. Does that mean you're coming home with us? Well, about that. Mr. Wright. Yes? I've made up my mind. Here it is. Moment of truth. I still have so many things to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Korean. You're staying? But I feel like I have to pick up where Dirk left off. I can't let his sacrifice go to waste. I see. Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright. Apollo. Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this. Apollo. Never felt prouder. Proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me. But someday, I'll return to the US. Once the new legal system is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's honor. I guess we could always just get a time jump then. Will we really see you again, Apollo? You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be, but I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing. I'll come back to the US an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me. Of course we won't, Apollo. There'll always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you, so knock 'em dead. You got it, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this is it, then I'm gonna support your choice all the way. Thanks, Trucy. Good luck with your magic act. I know you do Troop Gramarye proud. I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. But don't think you're the only one with room to grow. Next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. In other words, game on? You bet, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna miss you too, Apollo, but can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our bus. Guess this is it, Apollo. I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the US again someday. Until then, you know where to find me. Well, I can't say I expected that outcome. wouldn't mind seeing other uses for those beads. Whoa. Okay. See, I forgot what the conversation was in chat until I read that and looked back up and saw the context. I was thinking like, oh yeah, you know, cool new mechanic there. Maybe you're right. Maybe Nayuta will help us like with a case or something. And then I remember what the context was. Why that comment was written. Legacy of those who came before us. It's handed down from parent to child. And from mentor to the disciple. You must never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us, we must continue to nurture them so we, in turn, can pass them on to the next generation.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
I feel like he's more concerned about how she's gonna get through the airport than the fact that she's sleeping on him.
Got it.
And Apollo's dead. Never to be seen again.
Out, AJ?
Oh yeah, Albie could be Apollo's assistant. That's true. If we actually got to see this game. I don't know, would they do that? Would we get an Apollo Justice 2 as the next game and not like a actual Ace Attorney 7? I guess depends what they'd want to do. I think if they make another Ace Attorney game, it's probably going to be kind of like this, where we jump back and forth between the two. Since they're splitting up, see, if they didn't split up, I could have totally believed like Phoenix would have taken a complete backseat and just never appear in court at all. But now that they've split up, I feel like if anything, we'll probably get like another split game, where we get some Apollo cases and a couple of Phoenix cases, and then maybe somehow the plot comes together. But I feel like they can't do that every time, right? So I don't know what the most likely scenario is. We jump back and forth between Kurein again, or Apollo just decides to come back and there's a story back at like the main law office with Phoenix. Or we just get like a complete solo Apollo game. I guess we're not getting Emma anymore by the looks of it. Maybe Gumshoe will come back. Who knows where he's at? Okay, what if Gumshoe moved to Kurein as well, and he became a detective there? I don't know why he would do that, but what if he did? You know, they got to rebuild that legal system, get some real detectives in there. The next game would have to be Athena focus, right? Because like, I mean, unless they do like a Phoenix and Athena game, which I guess they could do that. I don't know, if the idea is to maybe like try and slowly move everyone away from Phoenix. You know, get used to the idea of maybe not having Phoenix around. Then on a solo Athena game probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Like, okay, we had a Phoenix trilogy, we had an Apollo trilogy. In the end, somehow, then maybe that means an Athena trilogy is next. And now we get Athena in the mix. and she becomes the main lawyer for like the majority of cases. That wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't necessarily hate that. I would have kind of looked. I would be looking more forward to like an Athena and Apollo. Them working together was fun. I'm glad that we got like a Phoenix and Apollo finale for this, but I would not have been upset if it was just usual Apollo and Athena working together. But at least Trucy's still here, so she could probably show up at least. Actually, you know what? I want to see that. I want to see Trucy and Athena team up. Well, who knows if they're even working on a 7th game, because supposedly they were at some point, and they recently reaffirmed that they would like to make something. I just don't see them actually making anything, because surely it doesn't take like 5 years to make an Ace Attorney game unless something horrible is happening to stop production. They seem like they had a pretty good thing going, and then they just stopped. Then again, we know we haven't had a Mega Man game either in like 10 plus years. So I probably just didn't think it was worth it. At the very least now, if there's any hints or inklings of an Ace Attorney anything from Capcom, it's 100% something new. They've run out of games. They can't port anything else. I guess like there's the slight chance that they decide to do a 3D versions of like the original trilogy, but I just don't see that. We just got like literally every single game. There's no way. But you know, in the meantime, we still have like 2 more games to get through before we actually have to worry about when the endless wait for another game. I'm surprised like all this stuff didn't get returned to their rightful places. Like they still have all the Korean village artifacts lying around in here. The scroll and the jar. The scroll's not even from here. The scroll's like from some other place. You can always get pearls in here if we don't want Maya around. Get her to do some more spirit channeling. We've only seen her do it like, what, once? When was the last time we saw Pearls do a spirit channeling? That was like game 3? Maya did all the spirit channeling in this game. We didn't get it. Pearls appeared in like the DLC for the last game, but didn't do anything. Yeah, Pearls is like the same age as Maya when she first appeared in Ace Attorney. I think she's like 17 now. Now you stop being my mate, I want a new mate. Yeah, I know, right? I'm kind of shocked given that, you know, she's her mom, but, hey, you know, it's all payback, right? Damn, she doesn't even want to, like, see her and him in court. Still hasn't said the B word yet to him. Well, you know what? She's gotten closer to doing that than Apollo will ever get to Trucy, so it's already a step in the right direction. Is this his mom? Yeah. I forget her name. The singer. Yep. Yeah, don't you think it's about time we told the truth? Oh, they're gonna save that for the next game? God, that would be great. That would be great if, like, we just open up the next game and it's, like, Apollo's mom coming to visit him. And then divulge the truth about Trucy and him. Like, come on, enough playing around. He deserves something after all this. Apollo got, like, the longest game in the entire series. He got fucking 12 cases. 11 cases in his game. I think he deserves something. Yeah, that's right, I went there. Next game's gonna have to deal with the fallout. Yeah, like, right? Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping that we get something. They need to follow up on that little bit there. That little snippet at the end there is way too important to just forget about. Who knows if they will, though? I mean, I feel like Game 5, which was a bit of a jump after Game 4 coming out in terms of, like, development cycle. They kind of just, like, rewrote some things, so God knows what would happen. Worst case scenario, Game 7 is, like, just tries to sweep the last 3 games under the bus for whatever reason. I don't think they would, but it's not impossible. Nah, surely I think they would be smart to follow up on that and actually tell them. Like, there's no reason to tell them, sure, but there's also no reason to hide it at this point. We're done with like Apollo's story arc here. He no longer has that problem. He's grown up now. Definitely should know. Whether or not they'll be like a big part of the next game, I don't see how that could be at play. We kind of dealt with her family in Game 4. What else is there even left? Real case of one of Game 7 ownership rights between Apollo and Trucy. They're adults! Okay, well, Trucy I don't think is technically an adult yet, but she will be, like, by the time another game comes out. There would have to be at least a couple year time jump, or even if it's a single year, she would technically be an adult. We wouldn't need to worry about that. Apollo's like in his 20s. Trucy's like almost legally an adult right now. There's no way that the next game takes place like immediately after this. I can't see that happening. It would be funny, though, if that was the premise of the case. Dear Mr. Wright, can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. Sorry I haven't been good about keeping in touch, but things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say, it's given me plenty of work to keep busy. Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice? It's just, I have 15 clients on my plate right now. Though I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Jesus! Phoenix never would have gotten that many clients. Like, he's had, like, he's been strung along all these years. What the fuck? There's this guy bragging about having 15 clients. Wow, look at him. Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Codine's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move through this case backlog faster. Yeah, I know, but... Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more waiting your services. Huh?
I too have a few friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. And being that you are the only lawyer in the country, I told them to contact you. I estimate I only had about 16 clients to your caseload.
Huh? Now, just wait just 1 minute.
I've been handing out advertisements for your new office. They read, from legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only. These services and more are free down at Justice Law Offices. I've already received requests from 380 new clients.
I'm gonna have to say something, aren't I?
I trust you did your Cords of Steel exercises this morning. Well, go on. There is no need to hold back.
Ha 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 ha. Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today. Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead.
It's really only one thing to say at a time like this. It's a word I've said countless times in my career. One I'll never tire of.
Objection!
Okay, yeah, no, a solo Apollo game would be pretty sick, actually. I would be down for that. It was just like a one game is like a sort of a follow-up epilogue to this one. And then we just go back. I don't know, there's a lot they could do. There's a number of directions they could go that I think would be really interesting and make for a good 7th game. Have him come back to the States. Don't have him come back. A solo Apollo game, attempt number 2. You know, do something without him and just Apollo or Phoenix and Athena. Or just Athena. And she teams up with like Trucy or someone. There's a lot of things they can do, and I think all of them would be great. Well, who knows if they're even making the 7th game. Honestly, I want even just a 1 case revisit. Yeah, like, I think just 1 case would even be fine. I don't know, like, I mean, it would be weird, and I think people would find it a cop-out, but if you want to make the tutorial perhaps like Apollo mentoring a new lawyer, I mean, he did just say he was the only lawyer, so it would almost make sense that he would have to eventually take on another one. But you just have like 1 case, one-off character that you play as for the first case, and that's the tutorial for the game. Perfect excuse for a tutorial, and you also get to revisit the Kurdin. It's a win-win. And then the rest of the game is just elsewhere. I don't know, maybe it would set up wrong expectations. That's probably why it'd be a bad idea, but it's a possibility, right? So much open-ended for all. I don't think there's anything really open-ended. This doesn't feel any different than like the ending of Game 1, really. Like, Game 1 was the story of Phoenix becoming a lawyer. And then even by the end of it, yeah, sure, we obviously got the rest of the series, but even by the end of it, it's like, yeah, you know, that's great. He became a lawyer, you know, he worked out his differences with Edgeworth, everything's fine. They could have just made that a one-off game, and we never saw Phoenix Wright again after that. And it would have been okay. And this doesn't feel any different. Now, the case of Apollo, though, it took them 3 games to get to this point. It really shouldn't have. This felt more like what Apollo Justice should have felt like, than Apollo Justice did. This felt like a proper send-off to Apollo. But I mean, he did get his own trilogy, so I guess it's kind of earned. If they wanted to like just forget about him forever, I don't think there'd be a problem with that, necessarily. Would I have preferred if they kept him around so we can get some more Athena and Apollo interactions? Sure. But I think we can live without him if we need to. Look, if we have to exchange Apollo for Phoenix himself, I'm okay with that. What the trilogy did for Apollo, Nick did in 1 game. Exactly. Like, I don't know. There was a lot of problems. Like, Apollo Justice was just... It didn't really go anywhere. It's like they didn't... The tires were just spinning. Game 5 tried to kick it into gear, but had to, you know, rebuild half the car to do so. And in Game 6, they finally got somewhere. So it's a real shame that he didn't get, like, a full trilogy of good, solid games like Phoenix did. But, you know, we got there in the end, and that's what matters. He got his ending, and it's not like couldn't be there for another game. And yeah, we still have one more case in this game. This one, which we won't be checking out probably for a little bit. So next Tuesday, we're going to do Final Fantasy. There's FF14's updates next week. I don't know if I'm streaming the Tuesday after that. So the earliest I would likely be streaming this is probably the week after that. Whatever week that is. What day is that? I guess like the 30th. Most likely. Yeah, the week before that, I'm not sure if I'm even streaming. And then next week, we've already got other stuff. So that's why I'm glad we got this case done here, because I would have hated to leave on a cliffhanger for so long. So we'll start case 6 then. We still have 2 more things, actually, with this game before we move on to the other games on the Switch. But the case is obviously the main one. I'm curious what this is going to be. We're not actually getting time travel, right? Like, okay, look. I'm okay with, like, the spirit channeling stuff, but I do appreciate how this series is mostly grounded. It's silly, but it's grounded. Do we need time travel? I don't know if we need to go that far. Leave that for, like, I don't know, Professor Layton. But even Professor Layton, there's, like, a logical explanation to it, and it's not like magic actually exists. Sci-fi, sure, but not magic. I don't think this is going to actually be about time travel. I just cannot believe it. It's one thing to, like, interrogate a whale, but actual time travel? No, I don't see it. Time travel is the key. Well, sure, it can be a key plot in the case. The murder of a whale was a key plot in the case, and we got to interview a whale. Doesn't mean it's real. Magic was a key plot in case number 2. Doesn't mean it's real. Well, I guess it kind of is with spirit channeling, but the only magic is spirit channeling. That's fine. You know, save that for another series that I may or may not stream. I keep teasing, thinking I'll stream it, but I'm still not sure if I will. There is a series of Phoenix Wright games that I've considered playing on this channel that are basically, what if Phoenix Wright actually did have magic, and the cases involved magic, and were actually about magic, in a world of magic. Logic too, but also magic. Nah, I just can't see it being actual time travel. If it is, that'd be insane. That's cracking open a can of worms I'm not sure they'll be able to close again. But we'll see. I'm definitely excited for it though. It's intriguing nonetheless. But we're going to stop there at Phoenix, right? We do indeed, that is correct. We do have Madvent to still play because I wanted to get this done first. I thought we'd start with this because I was starting kind of late already as it is. But we'll finish off the stream since this was a little shorter. It's only 10:30. We'll finish off with today's Madvent before we actually end stream. Layton versus Wright, but without the ending. Exactly. Imagine if, like, the cases of Layton Wright were real. Now, you don't get, like, there's no, like, book of magic that you present to court, but there is the underlying notion and idea that, oh, if this person is the culprit, they have these magical abilities. This is part of the case now. Oh, this person's, like, I don't know, a shapeshifter. Oh, they can fly. Flying can be how they committed the murder. You know, that sort of thing. You know, imagine 2-3, but if it was somehow sensical. And the entire game was like that. Okay, let me switch over here. And I'm gonna have to close this, unfortunately. I don't know, I might stream it. I need to, like, go and see if I can actually run the games, because they're kind of tricky to boot. I have to make sure they actually would work for what I'd want to do. I think they'd be fine. But that won't, I'm not going to do it right away because, like, that's going to be... I want to do something else after Phoenix Wright. We've done so much Phoenix Wright in the past, like, almost 2 years now. I wouldn't mind doing something a little different, you know? I don't know what exactly yet. People have definitely given some ideas. I'm not opposed to another, like, visual novel series playthrough of sorts. There's definitely been some people have championed for Professor Layton And again, I'm not opposed to that. I love when this thing, this game takes me like 3,000 years to like actually get to capture on OBS, but once it works, it's perfectly fine. It works every time. Okay, hang on here. If I go back here, and I go back to here, and I go into here, well, that did it last time. It's not doing it this time. Good. No? Nothing? Absolutely nothing. Okay, let me try booting it again. This is why I start with this game. It's not gonna just magically work this time. Hell yeah. Love when that happens. This person died by fire, this guy has electric magic when caused fire. Exactly, that sort of thing. It's definitely played, it's more comedic and played for laughs than even Phoenix Wright. It's definitely meant to be silly, but it makes sense. And at least the first game, I've played through the first game of the series. It was pretty decent as like a Phoenix Wright clone. As like Phoenix Wright but with magic. So that's why it's just the rest of the series I'm not familiar with, and I don't know how like much staying power it would have like Phoenix Wright does. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to do like the whole thing. But I mean, the first game at least, I would definitely not be opposed to doing. So maybe even if it's just like a one-off game, then I'd be down for that. Honestly, I'm waiting for the new Danganronpa. Is there a fourth Danganronpa? Like an actually like Danganronpa 4? I don't know what happens in like 2 and 3, so I don't know. I don't know if I tried playing 1. I beat 1. I played a little bit of 2. I went into it. It's my fault, really. I set myself up for expectations that weren't really like that probably shouldn't have been set up. Because I went into it thinking, oh, like, people are comparing this to, like, Zero Escape. So I went with the expectations of Zero Escape. And the way the plot unfolded was not the way I expected. The way the trials unfolded, people compared it to Phoenix Wright, were not how I expected. They were not puzzles. Not really, not in the same sense as Phoenix. So my expectations going into the first game of that series did not get met. But I think it's my own fault, and I enjoyed it for what it was, somewhat. I didn't mind it. I've tried playing 2. It was fine. I didn't get very far in it. I probably should try it again. I don't really have a way to stream those games. I'd have to re-buy them, is the problem, because they're all on Vita. And I don't know of a way to stream Vita at the moment. That would be cool. Not that I really have anything to play on there. It's a remake of 2, but it also has a second alternative plot. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, so they didn't do something like that for 1, did they? Yeah, they are on Steam and Switch, but like I said, I'd have to re-buy them. I own them already. I hate buying games twice. I mean, if I was more interested in streaming, and like if I said like, hell yeah, I want to stream Danganronpa, then sure, whatever. But I don't know if I was really into the first game enough to like want to play it again all the way through. I would sooner play Zero Escape, but the problem with me streaming Zero Escape is like those games are voice acted. So like, what am I doing there? It's like, okay, great, we get to solve a room escape. All right, 20 minutes later, we're done the room escape. Except it's probably gonna be less than that because I remember all the solutions. I love those games. It's like, all right, here's half an hour of cutscene. All right, anyways, we can talk some more while we're playing this, but we got today's Madvent game, Occuleye. What is this? Move, interact, inventory. We got an inventory in this one. A normal farmer accidentally summons the occult. Oh, great. Right-click toggle. What are we toggling? Let's see how this one goes. Only the court say. Well, yeah, Dangan's a little better for that, but I meant Zero Escape. That was the other series I would have played. There's a duology, actually, I do want to play, besides Layden. Maybe we'll do that first, before we get into Layden. Oh, hang on here. Oh, there we go. This one captures instantly. Okay, what do we got in here? Oh, shit. We got temperature. We got whatever blue is. Yeah, we probably should get inside. Very nice, we got flashlight. Oh. But, no. Oh, close inventory. How do we interact? Oh, there we go. Left click. What's that sound? Outside the bank door, it sounds like twigs snapping. Wow, this is some, like, fucking ultra kill boomer shooter movement animations here. Look at that sway. Jesus. Let's see what else is in the house here before we do that. Minecraft textures. Actually, wait, you're right. Holy shit. This is like, this could be either like the double slab, the smooth slab, or like the iron block. Wow, you're not wrong. This looks like someone just zoomed in on a wood plank. You're actually not wrong. Holy shit. Who's in the back there? I like that we just went in the house for like 5 seconds, warmed up, and we're like, okay, now it's time to leave. I don't want to use my inventory. Wait, you want me to pour Sprite on it? I guess we can't pour Sprite on it. Okay. Pay no attention to the weird eyeball plant here. Are there any other, like, can people think of any other, like, I would stream more visual novels, but I don't know if I want to stream just, like, visual novels that are just visual novels, you know? Like, it's just words. Like, so far, the only visual novels I've streamed on this channel usually have some sort of gameplay aspect to them. Even if it's, like, kind of minimal. Before Phoenix Wright, I did a game called Symphonic Rain, which is actually a rhythm game. It was a 26-key rhythm game with a visual novel on top of it. It was pretty good. I like that one a lot. So, like, I'd be more down to stream, like, visual novels. I'm trying to see if these graves do anything, but it doesn't look like it. The spikes made it impossible to grab. I could burn it with some wood. Okay, so we need to find some wood. I'm also gonna die of frostbite here, so I need to get back in. Oh, we got a sprint button, too. That's sick. Warm up for a second here. We got a survival aspect in this one. What's in this door? Sorry, am I dying? Why is it like... Why am I red? Why is everything red? But only in certain angles. But some of the ones I was considering is like, yeah, I'd probably do Layton. Layton, I think, is the obvious one. There would maybe Danganronpa someday. I don't know if I feel like it, but I'm not gonna write it off. Zero Escape, again, maybe. But problem with that being like it's like 99% voice acted. So like half the time we would just be sitting there watching cutscene. Here's our wood. Did I get some wood? When did I get a second Sprite? Where did I grab that? Burn the eye. Which one do you want me to burn? There's like 7 of them. Oh, it's my stamina meter. Gotta have a stamina meter. There we go. Can feel them watch me. Can't live with this. Oh, I have to... I guess I've always had 2 sprites. This farmer just likes to carry around like 2 sprites with him at all times. Honestly, I can kind of relate. It's gonna take a few woods. Alright, that should be good enough. Oh, one more. I think what else I was kind of considering. There's a couple of like more mystery-focused visual novels I wouldn't mind possibly checking out. I know the Famicom Detective Club games got recently translated. Those could be interesting. I'm interested in playing those. There's one for DS that I would like to play. I played it a little bit, and then I was like, oh, this would be a great stream game. And so I kind of stopped. But it's kind of like, it's got some time travel-y stuff. It's kind of similar to Zero Escape. It felt like that in the plot. It's made by Konami, actually, of all things. That's like a one-off game. That might be a good one to stream. So, I don't know. I like doing visual novels. I like playing that kind of stuff, but I think it's definitely better if it had some... There's like a lot of stuff in this forest. You need to go check out eventually, I'm sure. I think at least for stream... Oh god. Okay. I thought were we done with the plants? I don't know if we actually finished with the plants. Should I just, like, leave? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go walk around. Apparently we've got, like, monsters from beyond the physical realm following us now. I wanted to see what was, where was that light? There was another light. There was the blue one over there, but I thought there was another one over on this side somewhere. Okay, I should probably... I've wasted too much time out here. I need to go back and heat up again. Oh, here's another one. I did miss one. And we just have to, like, walk around and find them all. So whenever I start a fire, actually, that's kind of... It seems like my heat goes back up. That's kind of... it's pretty clever. Good attention to detail. It's a good thing I cut all that wood before we started. Maybe we don't go that way. Run home. This is who they called to. This is a watcher of the depths. I can't climb the fence. God damn it. It's like 3 inches high. Uh-oh. They're coming. I can't run. Oh. I'm more worried about failing the stealth than anything. Since now I've had it with these eyes, I'll kill them all. I just need to avoid the watchers. I thought we finished burning them all. And that's why we went back to our Minecraft house. Or is it time to take our revenge? How do I kill these things? Or are we supposed to look for more eyes? Why does this grave look like it's made of meat? Like, you can't tell me that's rock. Ah, damn it. Okay. I need to go and get more wood then. Where's the wood at? Okay, they're all like... Oh, there's another one here. Okay, I'm just gonna see if we can, like, get a whole bunch of wood again. Nope. Shit. I hear behind me. Oh, no, we're fine. Okay. Get a few extra just in case. Okay, there's one. I saw one by the graves. We're fine. Is this the last one? No? There's more. Okay, Slender the 8 pages this is not. It's more like Slender the 20-something pages. What's that, like, blue thing over there? Is that a tent or something worse? I really do just have to, like, find all the eyes, don't I? Oh, these are tents. Why are people camping on my property? Get the fuck out of here. I didn't say you could camp here. Damn hooligans. I'm guessing turning off the light makes it harder to find me? I don't really need it out here, do I? No, you guys can see. I can see. Why do I leave it on? The only place where it was really dark was inside the house. There's actually no reason to have this on out here. Doesn't even help with, like, stream. Like, why do I have this on? If all it does is harm me, I'm just gonna leave it off. Save some battery. Even at a time like this, you gotta think about the environment. I don't think there's any over here, because there don't seem to be any of the watchers over here. I'm gonna die. I just realized. I don't think that sprite is gonna help me with frostbite and hypothermia. Oh no. Oh no. Shit. I'm gonna take the back door. Oh, I don't think they saw me, because I don't have my flashlight on. Okay, there we go. We're safe in here. Can't even see all my windows. This goes back up to the top, right? Yeah, okay, we're good. I just noticed, I like how they put like 2 sets of numbers on the thermometer. I can't go out this door. Why can't I go out this door? I can go out this door. They put 2 sets of numbers on the thermometer, you know, to try and like mimic thermometers with both what? There we go. Thermometers with both Fahrenheit and Celsius. But if you look closely, they're both Celsius. There is no Fahrenheit on this thermometer. Didn't see that at first. Okay, how many more of these? Because, like, there was nothing here before. Why? They just keep coming up, so, like, how many of these do I have to kill? I need more wood anyways. I'm out of wood. Or maybe that's the real trick here, is that the futility of it all. You'll finally realize it, and it'll all be over. One more. One more. Okay. Oh. I wonder if they can hear me. I mean, they're eyeballs, not ears. I don't think there's any all the way back here, is there? This ditch? How in the water? What if I touch the water? Is that bad? Ah, it's not terrible. Oh, God. How did he get there? Oh, here's another one. Again, already was here. Need to take advantage of the fire by standing in it, so I get nice and toasty warm. See, avoid the watchers and kill the eyes. Yeah. So, but how many more of these do we have? I gotta check all the ground again, because, like, I mean, what if I missed some that weren't there before? It's entirely possible. Unless this is where the eyes are. Is that possible? Is this telling me where the eyes are? No. Yes. Maybe. Okay. Alright. Don't have to walk aimlessly then. So we got, like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? Okay, I'm gonna cut 5 more pieces of wood then. This is a bad place to be. I can't tell if that's them chasing me or if that's just, like, them making noise. They might be chasing me. Oh, fuck. Okay, where are they all? Actually, that one's coming out of my house, so we won't worry about that one for now. Is there one over here? Maybe these eyes aren't telling me where they are. It was wrong. Is that one there? I think they keep moving. I don't know if there's an end to this game. I feel like there should be, but God damn it. Get out of here. Ah. I was hoping to get some warmth out of it. I don't see how I'm supposed to kill them all. Gonna be honest. Because, like, they just keep popping up. These beacons tell me where the plants are. Yeah, there's one out there. Already was there before. Yeah, now I'm really glad I played Phoenix Wright first. We would have been here for a while. You can never tell if these things are going to be long or short. Or sometimes they'll be short, but I'll make them long. Like the Antlers game we played yesterday. Oh no, that Antlers wasn't yesterday. Antlers was the day before. No, Antlers was yesterday. Yeah. Antlers was like 20 minutes. Really didn't need to be 20 minutes. That was my fault. It was like a 5-minute game. But I had to go and break it. Okay, they're doing it. They know I need that wood. They also know I'm gonna die if they can't keep camping it, so I need to leave. Otherwise, I'm fucking dead. Make it, make it, make it, make it. Yes! I'm going for it. I'm going for the door. Oh. I don't think they can come into the house. Hang on a second. Okay. Well, I don't know how I'm getting out of this house, as you can hear. They're clipping into the house. This is bad. I wonder if this really is, like, the sooner I die, the sooner this ends kind of thing. I can't even open the door. I can go out the back. Yeah. Okay. Sure. This seems fair. I'm leaving now. Oh, there's one there too now. Great. Yeah, I don't like that they're camping the wood. That's a little unfair for me. I mean, what do you want me to do here? I don't know how much more of this I want. 5 maybe? Let's grab a whole bunch of it. Okay, that's enough. I swear I already killed this one. They're like weeds. They just keep coming up out of nowhere. Nothing I can do about them. I really can't go over this fence, hey? Damn. It's quite unfortunate. But it's not terrible to go around. Oh shit. I made a mistake. They didn't see me, right? No, okay, we're good. So I'll make sure I take advantage of the warmth here. I'm assuming the Sprite refills my stamina, but I feel like I'm not ready to use them yet. If this whole thing is a matter of speed and like, then no, forget that. That's not happening. They really do just keep popping up. It's probably gonna like, I'm gonna die eventually and it's gonna come up with a score. That's what I'm expecting here. You got 20 flowers and lasted 33 minutes and 54 seconds. It's gonna be something like that. Okay, we got 2 more? 2 more. Maybe I am making progress. If I can find where that one is. That's not happening. Is it in the rock? Like, where is this? I don't know where it is. Did I not? No, I didn't kill them all, right? Oh, not that way. Not that way. There's like one by the house and then the one by the logs. I need to get inside too, so I'll just make a quick pit stop inside the house. I can't go into here, hey? Oh, wait, this is a house. Wait, is this... I guess I got turned around? This doesn't look like the house. No, this isn't the house. This is a different house. This guy's got two houses. Ah, look at Mr. Moneybags over here with two houses. Anything in this one, or is it just carbon copy of the other? Oh, shit. Yeah, see, there's a third popping up again. They really are weeds. I gotta do this fast. And maybe there is a way to win this. I just don't know if I have enough resources. I need a bit of luck for this. Also, I can't find the one over there, so... Okay, it's out there. There's one there. Other house is here. I want to find this one. No, probably wasting time trying to do so, but really isn't anything here, hey? Alright, fine. We'll just go to the other side and get that one. Alright, maybe this is the last one then. No? It's not. I don't know how much more of this I can take. They're just gonna keep appearing. Maybe they're slowing down. Maybe I'm just being hopeful. I really hope one of them didn't spawn in the rock, because then I'm screwed if true. It can't come up here, right? Is this like Oblivion? You stand on a rock and like you're invincible? The high ground is very important in Oblivion. It's my pro tip if anyone plays that game. Just stand on a rock. You can't be hurt. Alright, well, aside from the possibility of a glitched flower, I think I've killed them all, no? If something's glitched, I'm not doing this again. It'd be very unfortunate, but... like, what else would you want from me at this point? Probably already been here for like 20 minutes. And there's like two here. I don't know what's up with this. Oh, here's one. Well, the eyeballs are getting bigger on the house, so maybe it's something. I'm gonna keep an eye on them. If they're changing, then I'm willing to keep going with this strategy. But if that rock is supposed to have one, then I'm just gonna chalk this up to being bugged. Yeah, because it's like constantly the only one left. I think the idea is to like do it fast enough. I don't know. The eyes do look like they're getting bigger on the house, is the thing. So maybe there's like a threshold, maybe you don't need to just do it fast enough. It seems more likely anyways. Unless there's supposed to be one in here, but I mean, I haven't seen any. Oh! Okay, yeah, see, there's a final score. But you know what? The difficulty, in my defense... Okay. I guess I was right. It was like an arcade kind of game. In my defense... Where's the mouse? The difficulty kind of peaked anyways. It got to a point where it was pretty simple to avoid them. There wasn't going to be any more of them. So as an arcade game, it wasn't too bad. I think it definitely could have ramped up the difficulty a little more to make it harder. I think that would have made it more addicting. But as a concept, it wasn't terrible. Endless Slender is essentially what I would call that, with a couple extra steps. But there we go. That's 3 towers done for this. So next time, which will be a recording, since I'm not streaming tomorrow, we'll have game number 10. Is that a chick? Bird? Boulder Baby. God knows what that's going to be. But I'll have a video up for that tomorrow. And then we'll be back with some more streams Thursday, where we're going to play through some updates for some rhythm games that I've streamed periodically. Rhythm Doctor is getting its final update, so we can finally finish the story. And Vivid Stasis is going to be making a comeback because there's an update for that game too that I've been meaning to check out. Some more story content and new songs have been added, so we'll see what that's about. And then Minecraft on Friday, of course, Metroid next Monday, and then, yeah, next Tuesday, like I was saying earlier, no Phoenix Wright. That's probably not going to be till the end of the month that we'll start Case 6. Instead, we'll have Final Fantasy 14 with 7.4. We're going to play through the story and hopefully the raids. We'll see how long it takes to get through the story, but I'm planning to do both of those things on that day. And then... yeah, next Thursday should hopefully be a Mario. And then the week after that, I don't know if there will be streams the week after that. So, at least next week there will still be streams. No Phoenix Wright, but otherwise everything else will be normal. No Mario this week, but otherwise everything else is normal. But for now, that'll be it. So thank you all for watching tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the ending of Spirit of Justice. At least the main story anyways. And I will... see you next time.